Well, hello everyone. Good morning. I'm planning this morning to talk to you about mulches. You're going to hear my chickens in the background. Probably my rooster will present himself here soon. It's a real rainy morning we've got. It seems like I'm telling you about rain a lot in these videos. We've gotten about 2 inches in the last day or so. So we went from drought, now we're to an overabundance of rain. You start getting 3, 4, 5 inches running through your soil and you can start to wash out the fertility. So, but what I want to talk to you this morning is about mulches. And you can see here, I have a grass mulch here and I have a wood chip mulch here. This section of the garden, I'm resting this year. And I have an oak wood chip. It's actually chipped tops from a tree company up in Traverse City. They're chipping tops on logging operations, and I had them bring in this spring some big loads, and I'm really glad for that. The Lord led that way, because typically this would all be in a grass mulch similar to what you're seeing here. This section is mostly resting. I've got some grains that you've been seeing in other videos. This is the front section of our garden that's out by the road. So the road's right over here. And that's our old store. And behind that store is my mobile greenhouse that you've seen some. Just kind of giving you the lay of the land. And then this black plastic area is an area that I've solarized, and I'm very soon going to be sliding that to another location beside it, and I will mulch all of that probably with wood chips here in not too long. Now that hasn't been double dug yet. That's going to need to be double dug. I'm going to probably do some videos showing you how I double dig. But getting back to the subject of mulches, I just want to go through the difference between this is a grass mulch. This is almost more like a grass clippings here. And you can see the soil underneath. And then this, with the wood chips, I'm putting a fairly thin layer. I'm not putting a really heavy layer. Basically what I'm trying to do is keep erosion from happening. So it doesn't take a really thick layer. Now with wood chips, you can get away with a little more of a thick layer and still get good water penetration after a rain. But one of the things you need to be aware of with doing the grass mulch is that if you mulch with really fine grass, like you can see how this grass here, this is more of a hay mulch. See how more thick the stems are? The water more easily penetrates that. But some of the real thin grass mulches, like I showed you over here, the stem is so much finer. You got to be careful putting grass clippings. This almost looks like grass clippings. Some of it is from when I mow ahead of the chickens and then the chickens stir everything up. Some of this was grass clippings. And you want to put a thinner layer of the grass clippings down. If you make this too thick, the water has a hard time penetrating. And with more of a hay mulch like this, a larger stem, the water penetrates a lot better. Now, if you have a full-blown rye straw or something like that, it's even thicker stems. You can go with a thicker amount than you can with this. So the larger the material, the thicker you can go, the larger in diameter, I should say. The finer the material, probably the thinner that you want to go, just to make sure you're not blocking the water from penetrating. Now, one material that some people use, and I'm careful not to use it in the garden too much, is leaves. Now, this mulch right here came from the chickens out in the pasture. And you can see the leaves in here. This is mixed in with their thatch from the pasture. I don't mind that, but if you get just pure leaves and pour them on your garden bed, if they're not mulched up or shredded, then what happens is they can create a layer that becomes matted that's really difficult for the rain to go through. Out in the woods, you have tree branches and everything that hold the leaves up and keep them from becoming that mat, because there's all sorts of debris and stuff on the ground. But in a garden, on a flat bed, if you just spread leaves, you can end up creating a mass that is hard for the water to penetrate. So why would I want to use a grass mulch, and why would I want to use a wood chip mulch? Well, a grass mulch, one of the advantages of it is it creates a more bacterial based ecology in the soil. And with vegetables, many vegetables, that's a bonus. With wood chips create more of a fungal based community in the soil. And with perennials, brambles, trees, things like that, that tends to be more beneficial. Now, the exception I would make would be if I was using RCW. You've heard me talk about it in some of my other videos, the raw meal chipped wood. That's when you're taking the real fine branches and chipping them. That will create more of a fungal based soil, but it's exceptional for vegetables because of the carbon nitrogen ratio. Now, you notice how my path here between these beds is wood chip. I will almost always wood chip my path. I've got 4-foot paths that just kind of run through the garden. And even in any year when I've got vegetables planted here, grains, whatever I'm growing, I will have the wood chips because I do want some fungal growth present. So at any rate, I just wanted to share those thoughts with you this morning. Hopefully that will help you. These grains are getting darker and drying down more. Really looking forward to showing you all harvesting that. We got more time though. Got to be patient until it's just right. So God bless everyone, and I hope this information was good. We will talk to you later. Bye-bye.